We're going to meet a young girl who spent the summer learning life lessons in the classroom.
She uses a kids budgeting app to learn things like money management, buying stocks even, and saving up for school supplies. Gabrielle Ware has the story.
So with my stock, I did Disney and I put in $10.
That's 9-year-old Jael White. She'll start 4th grade next week at Live Oak Elementary. Her mother, Sabrina Moss, says it's important for wealth management instruction to begin early.
Because when I was 9, I didn't even know what a stock was. So for her to be able to see that part of life that we experience now as adults, and she gets to start to build her wealth starting at 9 years old, is absolutely phenomenal.
They use the Busy Kid app. It's a digital bank account allowing you to receive rewards for completed tasks.
Brush your teeth at AM and PM, and then there's like making your bed, putting your clean clothes away, putting your dirty clothes in the hamper.
I'm on my dashboard, so I can actually see everything that she has.
At 9 years old, she's already saving for college and for the start of this school year.
So field trips at school, things like that. When we go to Six Flags, if she wants a souvenir, she has to bring her card.
She's also learning how to put her money to use to help others.
I've really been talking about how I wanted to give stuff to homeless people. I wanted to like buy food for them and clothes and stuff like that.
White may be a 9-year-old who owns stock in Disney, but she's also a normal kid.
I also want to buy things for me too. I want to buy me like some new shorts because I'm starting to run low on them.
In Albany, Gabrielle Ware, WAOB News 10.
But when it comes to spending, there's a light that goes on when kids realize I'm spending my money instead of
Oh
their
yes,
money.
oh yes, and they ask that quite frequently. Mom, is this my money or is this your money? Because they're a lot more willing to spend your money than they are their own.
Great lesson learned there at an early age for her.
Yeah, and stocks, really?
Stocks,
That's pretty cool.
Once she figures out the stock market, she can teach all the rest
Exactly,
of us.
I could use some lessons in that.
Let's check in with First Alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale as we give a look at Wheel.
We'll have a look at those storm chances over the next couple of days and an update in the tropics in just about 10 minutes.
All right, thank you, Riley. The Georgia War Veterans Nursing Home is hiring more help. Augusta University held a job fair today to hire more nurses.
And we're seeing a lack of nurses across the two-state, in fact, not just hospitals, but nursing homes, even our schools.
Sloan O'Cone is at the Georgia War Veterans Nursing Home right in the heart of the medical district with the plan to recruit.
Earlier today, the women from the Georgia War Veterans Nursing Home shared with us their passion for their career, and they're looking for 10 to 15 more nurses who share the same values as them to help care for their patients. I spoke to local experts about where the shortage is coming from.
It can be pretty hectic, and the nurses on the floors are running the unit, CNAs are providing the care, and it's just a well-oiled machine. It just works that way, communication, and then everybody pulling together to do what's necessary.
The nurses at Georgia War Veterans Nursing Home have adapted to several years of the nursing shortage, but it's not getting any easier. According to the Nurse Journal, the state of Georgia ranks the 5th lowest nationally for the ratio of nurses to patients.
It's putting emotional strain on everyone. But at Georgia War, we are more like a family environment. We realize people are going through strain, but when you come to work, it really, for some people, it's a safe place.
It's not just one issue, it's a combination of older nurses retiring, not as many instructors for students, fewer students leaving to work for third-party agencies, and people are just getting sicker and requiring more care, spreading our healthcare workers pretty thin.
Really multitask. So that means some people are doing more than what they would normally do as just doing one job. They would do other little things, whatever it takes really to get those residents cared for. That's what we're doing.
Even with the extra challenges, still giving patients the care they need and doing their absolute best. AU Health needs patient care techs, leadership, people in the labs, nurses, parts of the whole team. And they'll be hosting a virtual hiring event on September 16th. We'll be sure to update you on the link once that comes out. In Augusta, Sloan O'Cone on your side.
And more job opportunities in the river region. Going to give you a live look here, SRP Park, where a career fair is just now kicking off. Fans who bring their resume to the game get a $5 general admission ticket that's good for the game and the hiring fair as well. There are about 20 different businesses on hand right now taking those resumes. We've got Bridgestone, TaxSlayer, Aiken, and Augusta Tech, just to name a few. They're going to be set up until 8 o'clock this evening if you want to drop by and take in some baseball.
Yeah, it looks busy out there. We're learning some new details about a drowning at Finney Pond over the weekend. In a report just obtained by News 12, we're learning more than 20 people were at the pond at the time of that incident on Saturday. Most from Augusta, a few from out of state. We're told the group was orienteering. That's when people set up a course and use maps to find their way through different checkpoints. Witnesses on scene say 31-year-old Jamal Warwell was trying to swim across the pond when he went under and never resurfaced. Crews found his body about half a mile away on Sunday.
This week will mark 3 weeks of Columbia County working under its own judicial circuit, and the change is not coming without a lot of work to be done.
Our Celeste Springer sat down with District Attorney Bobby Christine today, who says he has big plans ahead, and there's some renewed hope for those awaiting justice.
Call it hitting the ground running or building a plane mid-air. The Columbia County Judicial Circuit is trying to work cases through their new pipeline. I sat down one-on-one with District Attorney Bobby Christine and also one local woman who's been waiting for justice for her case for years.
It's been 3 long years, and I think it's time.
For Missy Bonsack and other families, it's been a waiting game. Bonsack is one of many who allege the owners of Georgia Line of Pools either did work improperly or even not at all.
I understand with COVID hitting, that's been everything, the courts are closed. There's nothing you can do about it, but at the same time, they are free. They've been walking free.
In January, Heather and Bruce Alford were indicted on 27 felony counts of theft by taking.
Pretty much nothing since.
But District Attorney Bobby Christine says it's full steam ahead to resolve cases like Missy's.
It's an all-hands-on-deck approach.
He says the circuit is working on assigning cases and integrating newly hired staff to work through the roughly 1,000 cases the circuit is taking over from the Augusta Judicial Circuit.
Had multiple hearings in multiple different courtrooms. We've got our internal investigative staff out on the street at this very moment, finding victims.
And Bonsack says it brings new hope that she'll finally get her day in court.
District Attorney Bobby Christine has pledged aggressively to move forward, removing the backlog of cases and bring justice to all the victims in all these cases. Because after all, this is just something, perfectly honest with you, we want to put it behind us and we want to just move on from it.
And hopefully her waiting game ends soon, and with it, closure after so many years. Celeste Springer, on your side.
District Attorney Christine says there's much more in the works for that circuit. Judges Jolly and Blanchard will continue with their drug court in Columbia County, and there's even a veterans court in the works now. We will, of course, be keeping you updated with all those new details.
Class is almost back in session at Augusta University. Tomorrow, the campus will welcome students back for the first day of fall semester. Here's what you can expect. Masks are not required except in certain clinical spaces and on university shuttles. The plan is to stick with in-person classes unless, say, a faculty member tests positive for COVID and needs to teach online. The university says it is strongly encouraging both masks and vaccines for its students and its staff. Riley?
Well, we are still tracking